Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanim. There's never a dull day when it comes to XRP, Ripple, and you know what? Just all of the bank coins in general, actually. And so today we're on the cryptobasic.com. And we have an article here, and it's titled, SEC agreed to pay Ripple's attorney an undisclosed amount of fee during expert testimony deposition. So the SEC just keeps on losing. I mean, they better get used to taking those losses because we're going to come out with this victory. This is just another. Listen, if the SEC agree, I know how they phrased it. The SEC agrees, so it sounds like they came to a middle ground. In my humble opinion, what they just did is akin to us both staring each other down, and they flinched. They flinched. They showed weakness. They showed that they are willing to take the loss. They're comfortable with it. And also in statements that we've heard prior to this event happening, we've heard, I think it was Gary Gensler actually, state that the SEC may not win all of the different cases that they're trying to fight or will be fighting against crypto. So they already have it in their minds that there's a possibility that they can lose. And, you know, I know how this is going to sound, but just let's say, think about it from a fighter standpoint. Let's say like a boxer, an MMA fighter. You have to, when you're in a battle, you have to absolutely believe that you're going to win. You cannot have that doubt in your mind, right? And so what a lot of fighters say, I know a lot of you have seen this before or heard this from your coaches and sparring partners, right? What a lot of fighters say is that the fighter who has that acceptance in their mind of the loss, they've lost before they even stepped into the battle. They lost the mental war. And I think to a large degree, I'm not sure if what I said was eloquent, but I think to a large degree, the SEC has already mentally lost this battle. They're paying Ripple's attorney fees. Oh man, let's just read this little tidbit here. So it says, the Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple have agreed on the appropriate fee award that will cover the cost of the defendant's attorney during the process of deposing the supplemental expert report of Dr. Albert Metz. It says, it is noteworthy that the motion did not disclose the amount that the Securities and Exchange Commission will pay to cover the cost of Ripple's attorney fees. You know what? I would have liked that just to really stick it to the SEC. But I mean, this is enough, honestly, but really to stick it to them, because every time the SEC makes someone pay a fine, we find out the exact amount of that fine. So we know we're able to comprehend how detrimental these large fines are to those particular companies just by looking at those companies' quarterlies and annuals. And it's quite embarrassing. It's not only damaging, it's quite embarrassing. So I believe that the SEC should have had to disclose that amount, but you know what? This is enough. In my opinion, this is a victory. In my opinion, this is them conceding that losing is a part of their nature, in my humble opinion. I mean, I don't know how that sounds, but this is how I'm looking at it. I have to look at this from a competitive standpoint, from a combat standpoint. And that's how I view this. So now let's go here. Here's another article, and I want to cover this one here. It's about Elon Musk getting warned. Okay. Now, I said this plenty of times. I know some people don't agree, and I can respect that. But legacy system money is on the side because they don't want to be involved with anything that is in a court proceeding, in a court battle against a governmental entity like the SEC. All right, because you never know how they're going to take it, how they're going to approach you, and they can subpoena you, they can sue you if you say the wrong things, if you do the wrong things. We don't know to what capacity these large financial institutions will be utilizing these cryptocurrency bank coins and rails. So if they're starting exchanges, if they're issuing digital wallets to something that could be, let's say, and I have to put it that way, although I 100% believe we're going to win this battle against the SEC, but let's just say in an otherworldly, other dimensional capacity. I don't know how to put that, right? And you know how they have like the comic books and they have like these other world stories, something like that. But let's just say on the off chance the SEC declares that XRP is a security, large business institutions, large banks cannot be a party to something like that. They just can't. So anyway, we have this article here. It's on u.today, so head over there and check these guys out. It's right on the front page. You can't miss it. And it's titled, Elon Musk Gets Warning About Dogecoin and SEC from Crypto Law Founder. So let's just read just a little bit here. It says, founder of Crypto Law, John Deaton, of course. John Deaton has tagged Elon Musk in a recent tweet, warning the billionaire that his frequent tweets just promoting Dogecoin may get him in the same legal trouble as Ripple and the XRP token. Think about that for a minute. And think about the implications of that when I'm telling you that there's so much money on the side because of things like this. You have to be careful. The SEC is a rabid dog attacking everything in sight. So, just from him promoting Dogecoin, keep in mind, he doesn't even have like there's no ledger that he's hosting. There's no ledger that he invented, like the XRPL, nothing. He doesn't have a Ripple net. He doesn't have a liquidity hub. He doesn't have anything. And yet he has to be careful, even just making tweets, apparently, promoting Dogecoin. How insane is that? That's unbelievable. And the fact that the SEC is allowed to do this is quite disturbing and startling, in my humble opinion. So it says here, just a little bit more. John Deaton responded to a tweet of a person on Twitter. The latter wrote sort of, okay, I think they sort of misspelled this here. It says, sort of complained about the unfairness of the SEC chairman Gary Gensler's long-lasting suit against Ripple. Okay, and then they go into a little bit of detail about Ripple, which we all know how many large financial institutions they have signed up. It's unbelievable. Is it unfair? Yes. But has it been unfair across the board? Absolutely. They've been unfair to a lot of companies. However, the difference is those companies could have battled like Ripple is doing, but they did not. They folded. They folded, and what that did, it allowed the SEC to continue their bullying tactics. But what Ripple is doing is standing up to the bully. And if and when we have this victory, not only do we stand to, at some point in the future, hopefully everything goes according to plan. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and there are no guarantees. But hopefully in the future, everything goes according to plan. Many of us will come into generational wealth. So, what Ripple is doing, if and when they have a victory, they're setting a precedent for everyone that has to go up against the SEC in the future. And once that precedent is set, right, legally, then others, if they want to, and I do encourage them to fight back. Now is the time to take a stand. Now is the time to claim your destiny. Blockchains, you need to band together, but even if you're not going to band together to fight the SEC, you definitely should fight them on your own. But Ripple will have set the precedent for you to do so. So now, let's move on here. We have another article. This one is actually on Ripple.com. And it's titled, A First Look, How Financial Intermediaries Can Integrate Crypto. If we scroll down here on the page, they have a section that's titled, What Do I Need to Offer CryptoServices.com? Hey, everyone, make sure you head over to Ripple.com. Check out these articles they've been putting out. They're really good. So it's titled, What Do I Need to Offer Crypto Services? Now check this out, okay? This is for banks seeking to capitalize on this opportunity. The paper outlines 7 core technical requirements. You know what's funny about this? Every single requirement is something that Ripple provides. I love Ripple. They're always trying to make money. They are the epitome of my catchphrase. Let's get to the money. They're going to make sure they get as much money out of this as possible. And you know what that means for you and I? Muy linda, mi gente. That means that price is going to raise it tall. It says 7 core technical requirements, e.g. liquidity solution, which means XRP, settlement network, XRPL, right? Liquidity hub, XRapid, XCurrent, all of these different things working together, utilizing XRP. It's a beautiful thing, right? And then it says, etc. And suggest a 5-step checklist for how to begin the process, including goal setting, identifying key requirements, determining a development strategy, accounting for risk and regulation, and establishing a delivery strategy. It says arriving later this year, Ripple Liquidity Hub. Ooh, when that takes off, oh man, we'll see what happens, but it depends on what capacity they're going to be allowing people to use the Liquidity Hub. But I expect that price, hopefully it will have an impact on that price, maybe even a significant one. So arriving later this year, Ripple Liquidity Hub is one such solution that is purpose-built to solve many of the challenges financial intermediaries face that are outlined in the report. So you see how I said in the beginning with those first few sentences that they were trying to allude to, this standard that the banks need to meet, and that the standard is actually what they would receive from Ripple, right, with XRP. And then at the end of that paragraph, or actually it's the second paragraph, they literally tell you this is what Ripple Liquidity Hub is doing and you need it. That's pretty much what they're saying, to paraphrase, right? And then they go on to explain why Ripple. I love Ripple. They explain why Ripple is so good at what they do and why you need them. Here it is. Quote, with a decade of experience in crypto, Ripple has a deep understanding of what it takes to build crypto-first products with a track record of leveraging blockchain to serve financial institutions. In launching Liquidity Hub, we are packaging Ripple's expertise and capabilities behind simple APIs, so these customers can easily offer crypto to their end users without having to rebuild their entire tech stack. Simplicity, they're letting you know, hey, we have experience. And what that's going to do by Ripple being so far out ahead of all of the other financial offerings out there is that it's going to cause the large financial institutions to bind themselves to Ripple because they're going to love the money so much and the easeability of use. They will bind themselves to Ripple, and that means that the flow of money will be consistent. And that is something that we definitely want. So now they issue a warning to the banks. Now, this is very interesting. And it's typical of Ripple. But listen to this. They issue a warning. It says, ultimately, the paper predicts that those banks and financial providers that move quickly and decisively to meet demand can become vital members of the crypto market. Those that adopt a wait-and-see approach run the risk of being crowded out by competitors. Let's stop there. What does that mean? It's exactly what I've been saying to people for a year, that the banks can be devastated if crypto takes over. If the new financial system is the only system outright, they can do that. They can. Now, don't get me wrong. Banks will always be around to some capacity for quite some time into the future, but they can be minimized. Okay, look, they can be minimized to a degree where the new financial system, they're just a small part of it. But what Ripple is saying is, hey, you don't have to be overtaken by us, dominated by us, because you'll still be there, but to a much smaller capacity. Don't take a wait and see approach. That's the exact quote. You run the risk of being crowded out by competitors, including crypto native firms that will continue to build better products, better than the banks is what they're saying, attain bank level security. So we will have the same security that you have, if not better, and convenience features, which they don't have. There's no convenience to using the banks, and gain greater brand recognition and trust. That is one of the most powerful paragraphs that Ripple has ever written. It's literally a warning and a threat to the banking system, saying the same thing that I've been saying. They have to get on board or get taken over. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.